My Trip to Atlantis by SpongeBob SquarePants. It all began when I was blowing bubbles with Patrick. "Watch this, Patrick," I said. I blew and blew. My bubble was huge, but then it closed in around us and began to float away with us inside. "Ah, what have I done?" I cried. "We floated for a long time. We finally ended up in a cave. That's when we heard a pop. The bubble popped on something sharp." "What is that? It looks like an old coin," I said. It looked ancient, so we decided to take it to the Bikini Bottom Museum. We met Sandy and Squidward there. "Where did you get that?" Squidward asked. "This old coin?" I said. "That's the missing half of the Atlantean amulet," said Squidward. We had no idea what he meant. "Missing omelet?" asked Patrick. "No, amulet. It is from the lost city of Atlantis," Squidward said. Then he showed us a mural of Atlantis on the wall. "They say the streets of Atlantis are paved in gold," said Squidward. "What?" yelled Mr. Krabs. He had just appeared out of nowhere. Squidward told us that Atlantis was known for its arts and sciences. "They invented weapons too, but the people of Atlantis were peaceful and never used them," he said. "What's that bubble doing there?" I asked Squidward. "That's the world's oldest bubble. The real bubble is in Atlantis." Then Sandy had an idea. "Connect the two halves," she said. "They might take us to Atlantis." So Squidward put them together. There was a loud boom. Then we saw bright beams of light. All of a sudden, a van appeared. The amulet floated over to it and clicked into place. "All aboard," said Sandy. Zoom! We were flying. We flew and flew until crash! We were finally there. We saw a great big palace. "Welcome to Atlantis," a man said. "I am King Lord Royal Highness." "I am SpongeBob," I said. "These are my friends." "Would you care for a tour of our great city?" he asked. We all said yes, and off we went. "For centuries, we have been experts in art, science, weapons, and treasure collecting," said the king. Mr. Krabs jumped up and down. "I love treasures," he said. So the king took us to the treasure room. "Help yourself," he told Mr. Krabs. We left Mr. Krabs there. Patrick and I just wanted to see the world's oldest bubble. Then Sandy asked to see the Hall of Inventions. The Atlanteans had invented a lot. They even had a machine that turned everything into ice cream. We left Sandy there to explore. We kept looking for the bubble. Squidward wanted to see the art. We left him in the Hall of Arts. Finally, I blurted out, "Please, oh please, wait, may we see the ancient bubble?" The king smiled. "Of course." "Behold, our most beloved treasure," the king said. "This bubble is more than 1,000,000 years old. Please be careful." The king left. We just stared. "This is the most beautiful, wrinkled up old bubble I have ever seen," I said. Patrick thought so too. He decided to take a picture of us with the bubble. Click! Pop! Pat, did you hear something? Patrick and I looked at each other. Oh no! We both yelled. We destroyed the most ancient, priceless treasure in Atlantis! How will we tell the king? I asked. That evening, at our dinner feast, we told the king about the bubble. He just laughed. That's not the real bubble. This is, he said, showing it off. But then Patrick took a picture of the real bubble, and this one popped too. We are so sorry, I cried out. The king's face darkened. Guards, he yelled. Do not let them get away. Run, shouted Sandy. We ran and ran. The guards chased after us. We ran straight into Plankton. He was driving a huge tank. Cower before me, he said with an evil laugh. Now I have the most powerful weapon. Prepare to taste my wrath. He pressed the button. I was so afraid. Splat! Plankton's wrath tastes like ice cream, said Patrick. I said, shoveling it into my mouth. This thing blasts ice cream? said Plankton angrily. He climbed down and began to kick the tank. Ow! he yelled. We were happy that we were saved from Plankton, but we knew the king was still angry with us. But then the king smiled. Look, a talking speck, he said. It will make a great replacement for our ruined national treasure. I will get you, yelled Plankton as the king picked him up. Yes, this is much better than our dusty old bubble, he said. We got back in the van. We waved goodbye to the king. He seemed so happy that we had come. And that whole bubble thing worked out in the end too. Boy, Atlantis sure is a great place. We waved goodbye to Plankton. I hope he has as much fun as Atlantis as we did. The end.